morning. It is Thursday. I thought I would jump on quickly and share my morning ritual with you guys, actually. Actually, that's not every morning. So some mornings I like to pull a card for an intention for the day. And I asked God, universe, source, spirit, whatever you want to call it, and however you resonate to it, the greater, higher consciousness, for some direction and intention for my day. So sometimes it might be something that I'm not 100% recognizing. Okay, so for instance, the other day I got surrender frustration for myself for the day, and that made a lot of sense because I was really struggling after the full moon, and I was having quite a lot of frustrated moments in and out of like alignment to feeling frustrated instead of fascinated by my children. So I was like, I'm lucky enough that I actually get coached myself by a couple of different people. People, you are so snotty. And she's gate crashing our live again. But she's cute, right? You cute, right?
Yeah.
Make sure you say hi where you're watching from. A 1 if you're watching live, and a 2 if you're watching the replay. 1 and 2.
1, 2, 4.
1 and 2.
2, 4, 5.
So yeah, sometimes if I feel like my energy is not 100% aligned and I'm not grounded, I'm not centered, I will pull a card for the intention for what I need to focus my energy on for the day, or let go or surrender, that sometimes we're not recognizing. But yeah, I also... Now I'm so distracted because I've got 2 little minions that have decided to come inside after leaving it nice and silent for so long. But I like to pull these cards because sometimes if you're asking with intention, you're actually getting a message from the universe exactly what you're asking for. If there's something that you're not 100% being honest with yourself or you're not acknowledging, then you can pull a card to help you with that specific block. And it definitely helps me. And so I thought I would do one for the collective consciousness today, and I'm going to use my tarot deck. So well, it's not tarot, traditional tarot. I don't like traditional tarot. It doesn't have very many pretty pictures. But these are the cards I do readings with my clients. Hey, Jamie, morning. So I do readings. My intuitive readings are a little bit different to a lot of psychic mediums or clairvoyants. I was like, what are they called again? Because I am an intuitive, I'm a light worker, an earth angel, or whatever you want to call it, and I'm more of a light being. So I tend to read people's current blocks. I don't like to go into future because we all have choice. We all have we're put here on earth for a purpose. But, every single time you make a choice, you can find a new direction. So I personally don't believe in telling people what's going to happen in their future, because I believe that we all have the choice to make change and choose differently now. So we don't have to choose things the hard way. We don't have to choose things the long way anymore. The collective consciousness, if you don't know what that is, that's basically humanity and the average energy throughout the universe and what we're all kind of going on. So there's a vibration of the collective, and that's where there's actually, you'll find that a lot of people now are shifting things a lot quicker because of that energy. And as soon as you start to do your own inner work and change your own stuff, it actually affects the collective around you, and they can become more aware and conscious. So you don't actually have to be doing things like what I'm doing and showing up on social media to be of change. All you have to do is work on your own inner stuff, and you're helping to change the planet just by learning to connect to your heart, connect to source, and love yourself a bit more. So, for the collective today... No, Dory! Dory says hi.
My Dory.
You, Dory?
Yeah.
We might be late to kindy. We'll see. So these are my surrender cards. They're actually like super old. I have no idea where I got them, but I actually recommend them if anyone's keen on like just having something super simple. They're basically a deck of letting go, and from my experience, the best thing that you can do in life is just let go of all the shit, all the limiting beliefs, all the judgments, all of the projections, all of the stuff that you've taken on that isn't even usually true and real for you at all, and start to remove those layers, because that's what stops you from being your authentic self. All right.
Write it. Will baby. Yeah.
Not surprised. All right. So, collective consciousness card. Surrender your addictions, whatever your addictions are. Okay, so I'll talk about this on purpose. An addiction is a distractor implant, as we call it in Access, or it's just a distractor in general. So an addiction can be so many different things, and an addiction is distraction from your true connection to source and spirit, or to your heart center, and being in alignment with yourself. So a distractor can be food, it can be alcohol, it can be fitness, it can be obsessive thinking, it can be relationship, it can be work, it can be can't think of any others. There's a lot, but there is so many. So I'm not at all surprised by this card, because I believe that 70%, our collective, 70% of people in our collective is still in victim state of mind and are not awake. So if you look at 70% of people are not awake on this planet, and they won't look into personal development, they won't look into self-reflection or making steps to change. They would rather just stay asleep and continue down that victim mentality where life happens to them, rather than really connecting and becoming their authentic self. So it says, whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, take action to begin and heal the addiction and replace it with a healthier alternative. So I personally think that when you've got an addiction, I've had many. My addictions have been used exactly for that. So it's whatever will either numb you from whatever pain you're feeling inside, or it's something to make you feel better about yourself, but then you do it and you don't actually continue to feel any better than yourself anyway, because you're looking for happiness or love or whatever outside of yourself, whether that's in becoming super fit and getting the body of your dreams. Yes, it's a great stepping stone, and I 100% believe that can help you into awakening, or it can be a part of your journey. But all of those behaviors, regardless of whether they're perceived as being toxic or negative, if it's still distracting you and sending you to look for answers outside of yourself, then good morning, Nikki. I was actually going to give you a call later. I miss you and I love you. So I think that anything that is outside of yourself is a distractor. So you're never going to find true alignment. You're not going to feel completely grounded. Your vibration is not going to be at the level that you can achieve, because we have all this infinite potential to be completely aligned and be living in our truth and living the lives that we actually want with purpose, and whatever your purpose is, then you have to come within here. So you have to start doing your self-care. You have to look at your boundaries. You have to look at your triggers. You have to start to do the inner work to release the layers. Look at your belief systems. Look at your core values, and try and align your life around those things. So that is today's card. So I hope you're all conscious and aware of what your addictive patterns are. If you sit and you actually, you probably already know what your addictive behaviors are. But if you can sit and you can actually go, okay, so what is it? Why am I wanting to? So I used to be a big overeater. I actually ate a whole pizza last night, but I was drunk. So I will say that maybe I went into the collective consciousness of going into an addictive behavior. So things like that are to numb you from whatever's going on. I am at that point in time where I can still do the addictive behavior, but I self-reflect. So, and it's always about not feeling enough, not feeling lovable, and going outside of self for some sort of gratification. The problem is that when you get to a certain consciousness level and a certain awareness, it doesn't fulfill you anyway, and you recognize it straight away, and you're like, well, that was really pointless and really stupid, and now I've just got a really full belly and I'm pissed. Now I've got to look at what the actual truth there is. So what was the awareness around that situation? And it was, okay, you need to be choosing to love yourself more. And not choosing to keep fulfilling yourself from outside sources and go within. So for me, that will be heading to the gym, coming back and doing some meditation, going within and doing these things. Doing things like this for me, this gives me purpose, this fulfills me, this raises my vibration, sharing what I know, sharing with you guys so that you know that you can choose differently. You don't have to keep choosing the same behavioral patterns. You can look at your limiting beliefs and decide that they no longer work for you and rewrite them. I was going to pick another card. Should I pick another card? Maybe I will. All right, I'll pick another one. And we'll see what goes with our surrender unhealthy addictions. This is for Why? I know. Why? Because it's a bit of fun. Mum likes fun stuff.
Can we go to kindy?
I know, we will go to kindy. Mum's got to get dressed. She's got no bra on.
Why?
Because I like to free boob. Freebies.
Yeah, freebies.
Free boobies.
Yeah.
I don't know where you're going to find those. All right. So.
That cat.
Don't distract me. All right, so I've pulled the World card, and I know exactly what this card means, and it's been coming up a lot for me and for a lot of the people that I know, but basically it's a really important time in the collective consciousness and where we are as a planet to start to actually make change, and where we put our intentions and the things that we're putting our energy into and our thoughts and our feelings, it's a really good time for manifestation. So we've just actually had the Leo full moon. That was all about actually actioning what makes your heart happy. So what is it that makes your heart happy? What is it that you want to start to create in your life? This is all about creation and manifestation. So, maybe sit today and have some time and think about what is it that you really want in your life. The new moon's coming. Well, we've just had the full moon, so that was about letting go of any heart blockages, anything in relationships, family, and we're still in that energy up until the new moon. And the new moon's about setting intentions from your heart space. It's your heart chakra. So what gives you love and what makes you feel connected to yourself? And sometimes that can be like a relationship, but it has to come from the right energy, where you're not giving up yourself. Maybe you do want to attract your soul partner in, and you've done enough work on yourself that you're not going to project, and you're not going to cause somebody to basically contract to fit into your space, or vice versa. Maybe you've had this dream or this creative vision that you've wanted to start to put into place, but you're stuck in this fear mentality, or you haven't let go of the past to be able to step into the future. This is a time for being super present in what actually makes you feel fulfilled, and to actually start to manifesting it. So my suggestion is the distractors that you have been using to stop you from moving forward and manifesting what you could be choosing, can we please destroy and uncreate all of those, and anything that doesn't allow it can... I was like, and anything that doesn't allow it, and then I got super distracted. So anything that doesn't allow us to be able to remove all of the distractors and start to manifest from our true heart-centered space, can we destroy and uncreate it, right or wrong, good or bad, pot on pock, or 9 shots, boys and beyonds. Sit down and get a little bit clear about what makes you feel good. All right, have a fabulous day and start manifesting, because the energy is very expansive and amazing. All right, love y'all.